another one.
What's going on, guys? I'm William. This is another one up. Welcome back for episode 2 of our Stardew Valley Let's Play. Yesterday in game we decided that this farm was going to be a very livestock based farm, animal centric farm. So what we did to get started on that was do the complete opposite and plant some crops. The reason we did that was because we're going to try and fast track making some money so that we can get the animals rolling in as soon as possible. Our first aim is to get a chicken coop. I'll be heading over to Robin at some point today, who is the local carpenter that we met in the first episode, to find out exactly what we need to get that coop built. I believe we need some materials and a set amount of gold. Which reminds me, before we even build the coop, we're going to need to build a silo, because that will store the feed for the chickens, which we're definitely going to need, because we don't want to leave our chickens hungry. Okay, so the first thing I've done this morning is check the weather, which is great because it's going to rain all day tomorrow, which means we need to get as much planted as we possibly can today. Because tomorrow we won't have to waste any of our stamina watering crops, because the rain will do it for us. So first things first, I'm going to head out and water today's plants. Let's get that done first, and while I do that I'll explain a little bit more about what we're going to do in this episode. So first thing I'm going to do after watering these is check my mail, because it seems we have a letter. So I'm going to go over and check that. After that I'm going to head into the woods, an area we haven't explored in this Let's Play yet, looking for forageable goods, because if we can make a little bit of extra cash today and really get as many crops bought and planted as possible before the first rainy day, that would be great. But let's first check this mail. Hello there, just got back from a fishing trip. You should come down to the beach sometime, I've got something for you. And that's from Willie. I mean, it's a bit strange that somebody we've never met who's just got back from a fishing trip wants to give us something, but I mean, everybody in this town seems pretty nice, so let's give them the benefit of the doubt and head down there at some point today. So as I said, first thing I'm going to do is try and find a way through all of this debris, if you will, and down into the forest. I mean, I know we have a lot of forest land on our farm, but the majority of forageable goods will be found in the forest land off of our farm. So we're going to head down there first, pick up some things and hopefully make a little bit of money today so that we can buy some extra crops. I mean, we already have 730 gold, which is a pretty good start. So this is the first area where the forest starts, which is also close to the ranch, where we will be later be able to buy animals such as cows and barn animals, basically. It may not be a very good day for foraging. Nothing here, but the abundance of wood is definitely going to be helpful when it comes to build. There we go. When it comes to building things. So we have our first forage for the day. That is a dandelion, which is great. We'd normally sell everything at the end of the day and get our shipped goods total up, but today we're going to take it straight to the store, Pierre, and sell it directly to him, just to build up our immediate cash, our available cash flow. But the land seems very barren today. We don't have a lot on offer. That I spoke too soon. So we have 3 spring onion, which is great, which is a great start. Down here we have a wild horseradish, which is great. It's been a successful little trip, really. We'll definitely head on down to the beach as well, speak to Willie, see what he has for us, and hopefully find some goods on the beach that we can also sell. But with our first, another wild horseradish, excellent. Yeah, okay, cool. I mean, I feel like this is a pretty successful little trip. Let's take this all on over to Pierre's Actually, let's go meet Willie first, then we'll take it over to Pierre's. I noticed in the first episode that there was some audio issues. I think I've rectified those now, so hopefully when this goes out, the audio will be a lot better. Right. I'll come back for you. I'm going to have to remember that these little guys are here because we have a full inventory at the moment and there's nothing I want to get rid of. So I'm going to have to remember that these 3 little squiggly lines are here, and you'll see why when we come back. Oh, hello. Have we met? Oh, you're that new farmer boy, aren't you? Yes, Haley, I am. Huh? Oh, I'm Haley. You are also standoffish. That's fine. That's fine. I feel like that's a reasonable way to react to somebody who just walks up to you outside your house and introduces themselves. And here we have the mysterious Willie, it seems. Smoking a pipe on the pier in the middle of the morning. Ahoy there, son. Heard there was a newcomer in town. Good to finally meet ya. You need a new hat. You definitely need a new hat. I'm still trying to unwind from a month out on the salty seas. You are not stereotypical at all. It was a big haul. I sold a lot of good fish. Finally saved enough to buy me a new rod. So you were actually just out on the open sea fishing with a rod. That is inefficient. Here, I want you to have my old fishing rod. I take it all back. That's fine. Yep, no. I am very grateful. It's important to me that the art of fishing stays alive. And hey, maybe you'll buy something from the shop once in a while. I think I'm probably going to end up selling a lot more to you than I buy. But sure, great. You received the bamboo pole. Well, this has backfired. Okay, so we're going to get rid of the fibre. It's going to be very easily replaced. We definitely need to get a chest built today though, because this no space is not good. There's good water here in the valley, all kinds of fish. Oh yeah, my shop's back open now, so come by if you need supplies. I will do that. I'll also buy anything you catch. If it smells, it sells. That's what my old pappy used to say anyway. Your old pappy was a wise man, even if it sounds a little bit disgusting. Yep, well that was Willie. Okay, so let's test out. Actually, let's not test out the fishing rod just yet because I just realised we have no space. So we'll definitely test that out at some point today. It's going to be a long day. We've got quite a lot to do, but I'm sure we'll get a chance to test out the fishing rod. Firstly, we're going to head up to Pierre's, the convenience store, and purchase some more seeds so that we can get some more things planted. Oh, we've got a request. Trying to keep the art of fishing alive. I'll pay 90G to any fisherman who catches 3 carp. Good luck. There's a 90G reward and we get to keep the fish. Now, that is a lot of work for 90 gold. We do get to keep the fish, which means we could sell those too, make a healthy bit of profit. I just can't see it being very sensible to do with our time, but we're going to do a little bit of fishing later anyway. So we'll accept it, and if we let Willie down, then we let Willie down. It's not like we owe him a fishing rod or anything. Cool. So let's accept that and worry about that later. But in the meantime, head on into Pierre's. Oh, hello, Lewis. Just place anything you want to sell in the shipping box next to your house. I'll do that. Oh, what's going on here? Some kind of actual mothers' meeting. I'm not gonna interrupt. Oh. Hello, Abigail. Oh, right. I heard someone new was moving into that old farm. It's kind of a shame, really. I always enjoyed exploring those overgrown fields by myself. Well, sorry that you feel like you can no longer trespass, but I kind of need it. So that's Abigail, who is lovely, who looks lovely. She looks lovely. And here we have Pierre, who is the... How rude, how rude. I should introduce myself first. Hey, it's Mr. William, the new farmer. I'm Pierre, owner of the local general store. Hello, Pierre. If you're looking for seeds, my shop is the place to go. I'll also buy produce from you for a good price, and that is exactly why we are here. So the first thing we're going to do is sell anything Pierre will buy from us. So all of these foraged goods. So let's sell the dandelion, the spring onions, and the 2 horseradish, which has given us a healthy bit of profit. So we're up to almost 900 gold now. So we've got 15 parsnips planted already. So I feel like we should focus on other things. Potatoes take 6 days, so let's get some potatoes. Let's get 5 of those. Let's also get 5. So they take 10 days to mature, but they keep producing after that, and they grow on a trellis. So they'll need to be planted in a slightly different manner, just to make them easy to water. And I'll show you that when we get back. So let's buy 5 of those too. With the remaining money, we don't want to completely bankrupt ourselves at the moment, so we have a choice: tulip seeds or jazz seeds. Tulip seeds take 6 days to grow, and they are slightly cheaper. So let's go with tulip seeds at the moment, and we'll come back for kale. Yeah, kale and cauliflower can wait. But cauliflower do take 12 days to... No, we can come back for those another day. So let's get tulips started. 5 of those, and head back to the farm and plant those. After planting those, we're going to work on getting enough wood to build a chest so that I can keep my inventory clear of anything I don't currently need, and then we'll maybe do some fishing. I feel like that's a good way to spend this episode, just getting around and getting involved in all of the various activities that Stardew Valley has to offer. Nope, no foraging goods here. There are plenty of places to fish in Stardew Valley, and all of them have their own unique types of fish to catch, which is good. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and plant these potatoes. And then we are going to want to do the same again. 2, 3, 4, 5. And get these planted also. What we're going to do with the bean sprouts is plant them in a slightly different way, because having them side on is just not my ideal way to do things, because they grow in a different manner, and you'll see why. So we're gonna not do that. We're gonna have here. We're gonna get rid of this one. So we're gonna plant them in a row instead of vertically. So we're going to plant them horizontally. Let's get that planted here, and here. And that just makes it easy for me to walk along and do them. When I water them, as they grow, they can be difficult to see if they're watered or not. And for me, this layout just works better. Probably makes absolutely no difference to most people, but just for me it works better, and I think it looks more aesthetically pleasing at the moment. Not that that's a massive concern. Okay, so we'll get all of these watered, and then we will work on getting ourselves a chest. So the first thing I'm going to do is chop down this tree, because it's just in my line of sight, and I want it out of the way. Chopping down trees is really stamina consuming early in the game, but it does give you such a good amount of resources. Sap that is used for crafting and other things, and wood, which is the primary crafting resource that we require at the moment. So while it is good to get rid of these small pieces of wood, it is it's not time economical at the beginning there. So we'll get rid of this tree over here too. So there are different types of trees, and they all offer different types of produce later on in the game, which is something you'll see. But I believe we now have enough for a chest, which we're going to go into the crafting menu here and create said chest. Excellent. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop that down. Not here. Definitely not here. We're going to pop that down here. Now we can put away things we don't immediately need, like this clay, the sap, the stone, the wood, and the charcoal. So we'll just keep our tools on us. We'll keep our tools on us for now. Okay, so I feel like that's been a pretty successful day. So what we're next going to do is head on down to the beach again for a spot of fishing before we head to bed. A spot of evening / night fishing, which does bring about different fish, just as it would in real life. Yeah. So as a thought, I'm planning on keeping this 1 day per episode, but that could end in a very long Let's Play for you guys. So I'm going to keep it as 1 day for now, but as you guys watch it and hopefully enjoy it, maybe you'd like to see 2 days per episode. They'd be slightly longer, but there'd be more in it, and there'd be less parts, which might be something you guys prefer. It makes absolutely no difference to me. I just feel like maybe the shorter episodes in the beginning are a good idea. So there, we've got our first instance of fishing, which can be very difficult depending on what kind of fish you're catching and your fishing level. Everything has a level in this game. So the aim is to keep the green bar behind the fish at all times. We've caught a fish. Our first fish that we've caught is a 6-inch sunfish, which is pretty good. We're going to keep fishing until our stamina is pretty low, and then we're going to head to bed. Fishing is something I really enjoy in this game. It can be very challenging, but it's such a good way to make money early on. And like I say, as much money as we can make early on, the quicker we can get ourselves into the animal market. Starting with chickens, which for a very long time in the Harvest Moon games and in Stardew itself, in my personal playthroughs, have been just some of my favourite animals to own. We've got a 3-inch anchovy, which is great. Yep, we're going to do a little bit more. Maxed out, that's what we want. So maxing out your meter gives you the best possible chance to catch better, rarer and bigger fish. Nothing seems to want to bite. It is 8:20, so here we go. Darn. Keeping the bar behind them perfectly the entire time offers its own bonus as well, but that becomes easier as we level up our fishing skill. Excellent. So we caught another 3-inch anchovy, which is great, but this one is a slightly higher quality, as you can see from the little star in the item menu down there. So that's good. That's going to sell for slightly more than the non-starred anchovy that we have. A piece of driftwood. Excellent. I mean, not really what I wanted, but that's fine. I'm sure we can find a use for it. So we have 1 inventory space left, so it would be really good if we could catch another type of fish before we have to head back to bed. Excellent. Let's give it a go. I definitely will. Tricky. I definitely will get better at fishing as we go along. Oh, perfect. That is an 11-inch, which is pretty big halibut. So our inventory's full again. We're going to head back to the farm. Hello, Winnie, you're out late. Ahoy there. It's nice to see young folk moving into the valley. It's not very common these days. No, I can imagine it isn't. There doesn't seem to be a whole lot of career options aside from farmer, fisher, or Joja Mart employee. So you can hardly blame them. Yeah. But, so I'm going to head back to the farm. We're going to dump all of this in the box for that weirdo Lewis to come and rummage through in the middle of the night. We're going to see how much money we've made for the day, and then we're going to call it an episode there. And continue very much in the same vein on Wednesday in game. But we're definitely getting closer to our goal of owning some animals. Let's sell the driftwood as well. I don't know how much it's going to bring us, but we'll be able to find out. I feel like that was a pretty successful day. Made a lot of money. We have planted a lot of crops. We've got a rainy day to look forward to tomorrow, I believe. Yep, we've got a rainy day tomorrow, which means we won't have to water our crops. They're all going to be watered for us by Mother Nature, which is great, which frees us up to be able to do so much more with our day tomorrow, because we still have people to meet, we still have money to make, and we need to visit Robin and find out exactly what we need for her to build a silo so that we can start storing food for our future chickens, our future animals. So we're going to call it a night there. We're going to see how much money we've made today. Okay, so not amazing, not amazing. I expected a little bit more, but 197 gold is nothing to frown at, nothing to be sad about. Yeah, it could be a lot better, but it could definitely be a lot worse. We would have made a little bit more from our end menu, but we have to take into account that we did sell things to Pierre in the middle of the day. So we're going to start off tomorrow with a little bit of money to play with, but we may just focus on building that up some more, and getting that silo built. So yeah, going to call it an episode there. But thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, like, subscribe, comment any feedback down in the bottom there, and I will see you in the next episode.